We have got to talk about TLC's show Unexpected. There is a couple on the newest season, which is season 7 of Unexpected, that has everybody talking because it's just that crazy. So if you don't know what Unexpected is, it is a TV show that follows these very, very young teens, some of them minor, some of them just barely turning 18, becoming parents.
Haters are about to start hating. Me and Matthew, we are 8 weeks pregnant. So.
Oh my God. She did that on purpose. Oh my God.
I don't have words right now, but I knew it was going to happen.
And it's quite exploitive, honestly, because these kids, when they're on this show, they don't really know what they're signing up for, even though at this point in time, we do have 16 and pregnant. So there is, you know, they are able to kind of see this is what happens if you get on one of these shows when you're really young and you have this crazy wild life and you're filming everything. This is the repercussions of that. Even though they have that example, they're still signing up to be on the show. And TLC is one of the most exploitive channels, in my opinion, because the shows on there are just out of this world and they really do exploit people on here. But it's a whole other level when it's children that you're involving in this exploitation, because the people that are making these shows, they don't care about the kids. They care about the money that they get in their pocket for filming them. It's supposed to show the aftermath of teen pregnancy, how it affects their lives, their school, their relationships, and how it makes everything harder. But a lot of times these shows, the kids end up having more kids. It doesn't really teach them any lessons, but now they're living a life where everybody is watching and commenting on them. And this situation is no different. We're going to be talking about Hunter Johnson, who was 12 years old when the pregnancy occurred, and his girlfriend Bella Vaughn, who was 14.
I didn't think at 15 years old I'd be pregnant. I didn't think with a 13-year-old either. I'm Bella, I'm 15 years old, and I'm 34 weeks pregnant.
I'm Hunter, I'm 13, I'm Bella's boyfriend, and I'm the father.
When we started dating, I was 12.
And I was 10.
Me and him talked off and on for 3 years.
We recently just got back together.
A couple days later, I got pregnant.
No, not a couple.
It was a couple. And I found out I was pregnant a month later.
Good measure. I was 12 when I found out I was going to be a dad. I did not think I would be finishing 8th grade and becoming a dad soon.
I think I'm so confident because Hunter still shows that he's very attracted to me and always wants to have sex even when I'm in my moo-moo and trying to go to bed.
Of course he does. He's a 13-year-old boy.
But when they're on the show, they're 13 and 15 years old, okay? That is unbelievably disturbing. You immediately in this situation have to look at the parents, and you're wondering, how in the world did this happen? There's 4 parents, right? 2 moms and 2 dads on each side. How did all of them allow something like this to occur? Because not only did this pregnancy happen, but the mother of the girl that gets pregnant on the show and their home life, you can really see how this occurred. And we're going to go over all of that, and I'm going to show you some footage and we're going to talk about it here in a few. But it's like, not only did they get pregnant, but this was not a one-off situation. They had been in a relationship for a while. They started dating very, very young, that in my personal opinion, kids at this age should not have boyfriends and girlfriends. This is far too young for them to have that. I would never allow this. Like, this would not be something that I would be like, you can totally have a boyfriend or a girlfriend and, you know, bring them over to the house and have unsupervised time with them. Absolutely not. It is so neglectful. And you really see watching the show how this happened. Now, one thing I want to say, I am seeing a lot of people go after the girl that got pregnant. We're not going to do that over here on this channel because this is a literal child that we're talking about. So even though she is 2 years older than the boy, they're both still children, both kids, okay? And the parents are responsible for what happened to them. There is a light at the end of the tunnel because the father of Hunter is actually fighting for custody of him right now and the baby, which we're going to be talking about, because on the show, he was actually portrayed as an absent father when in reality, he was fighting for custody of his son, but the show and the people on it tried to make it sound like he basically told the son, you ruined your life, which he probably did say that, but then he also was not involved in his life, when that's not how it's been at all. The dad seems to be the only one that has his head screwed on straight in this situation, whereas everybody else is like whack jobs.
Hunter hasn't seen his dad since they told him that Bella was pregnant.
I really hope Hunter can shift his focus away from what's going on with his dad and to me, because we still have a baby to prepare for. hopefully Hunter graduates 8th grade.
Now, I'm going to be real with you. It's very disturbing talking about this because the things that the kids talk about in this show, it feels so wrong that they even aired this because it's literal kids talking about things that kids should not be talking about. And it just freaks me out, and it's disturbing. And the fact that there's so many people that record this and that air it, and it gets through so many adults to then come to the screen just will never stop blowing my mind. But then on top of that, the parents of these kids signed up for them to be on the show. The parents are allowing it by signing the papers and saying, yes, you can film my minor child. There are so many accusations surrounding Bella's household, okay? Bella's parents allow mature or inappropriate behavior in their house. Like, you see them talking about sexual behavior between the kids.
How long did you wait after having Wes to start having sex again?
I think we only waited 4 days.
Seriously?
Girl, me and Allie are 11 months apart.
Did it hurt?
Freak yeah.
Because you're supposed to wait.
I am not on birth control to prevent a baby,
Yeah, neither one of them want to use them.
but I still do it every time because I don't want 2 kids right now.
And you swear you have not used...
Every single time we've used a condom, I will not go without it.
Y'all did it like one time without protection. You little aren't telling me the truth.
Why do you think that Bella's pregnant? Are you not using condoms?
No, we are using protection.
But if you're using protection, why are you so scared?
I'm just scared.
He doesn't want to wear a condom, but we're not doing anal sex.
It's hard to talk about with your mom sitting right here.
I think we should have sent you to a sex ed class.
Dad, I took the sex ed class and failed that one, but I passed the child growth and development class. Good thing.
I was trying to prevent teenage pregnancy.
No, she knows, like, I'm very open, but all he wants to do is have sex. What? Because I'm not going to get pregnant again. I'm already pregnant.
Oh my gosh.
Should have knew when you failed the sex ed class we was doomed.
You should have known you were doomed when I was boy crazy at 7.
I feel like she justifies it because I did it so young with her dad.
And the mom is strangely obsessed with this 13-year-old. You actually hear her on the show talk more about his well-being and the baby affecting his future in sports and in school. And you see them really focus on this 13-year-old's life being ruined. And there's not much spotlight being on, okay, but what about the 15-year-old little girl as well?
You just always take his side. Not fair. You don't validate my feelings. It's only about him.
No, that has nothing to do with it. Y'all both have to be good for each other.
I do feel like my mom always takes Hunter's side.
I will admit that a lot of times I am Team Hunter. Your answer can't be just to leave every time. You always try to bail on him instead of trying to fix it.
And it's just interesting to see that she seems to be kind of obsessed with him. And also there's this part in the show that a lot of people are talking about that is just so disturbing, where the mom is just straight up like, are you going to go take a shower with him? And they go and they take a shower together.
Hunter's gonna shower
Yeah.
with you? Okay.
My parents definitely know what we do behind closed doors. Stacy does too, but my dad definitely doesn't want to hear about it.
They are seen unsupervised on numerous occasions. The mom is actually also sitting there in interviews talking about how they started hooking up again just days after she gave birth, which is so unbelievably dangerous. And when it comes to these kids and they're saying that they're using protection, it doesn't matter. They're kids and they should never be alone in a situation where they could have this happen, number one, the first time, but then to potentially happen again because you're allowing them so much unsupervised alone time. I don't care that they already made a baby. They are still kids and should be treated as kids. This is completely unsafe. There should not be any 13-year-old or 15-year-old in charge of an infant. When these two kids are making these decisions like this because the parents around them are reckless and they're not paying attention to their kids to make sure they're not in this situation to begin with, then now this infant shouldn't also be in this situation as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, there is a judge that has already stepped in and has ordered that Hunter cannot stay overnight at Bella's house anymore. And rules are also applied to limit their unsupervised time, which I don't think they should have unsupervised time ever. I think they're much too young, and this has already happened the first time. And it could happen again, and all they need is a minute. Like, it does not take that long for kids to figure out how to get around these types of things. I mean, especially if they're already doing it. So there is this massive multi-family legal fight that's currently happening. It's Hunter's dad versus his mom because there's a separate custody dispute going on with them. But then there's also a custody between Bella's parents because Hunter's dad is now trying to get custody of the baby as well, the baby between Hunter and Bella. He has filed for custody of Hunter himself. So this is an ongoing case. He's trying to get his son, which I think he should. And then this is very controversial, but he's also seeking full custody of the baby. Court records were filed on Wednesday by Casey, who's the father. They indicate that he is suing for full custody of the baby, writing that there is clear and convincing evidence that it is in the best interest of Wes, which is the baby, that the custody be awarded to him as parent and next friend to Hunter, which is his son. His dad also asks that Bella and her family only receive visitation and that Wes's last name be changed to Johnson. He also goes on to state that Bella, who was 14 when she was impregnated by the then 12-year-old Hunter, lacks the maturity, judgment, and guidance to care for the baby, and he states that Bella's parents have allowed her to engage in make social media posts that are a sexualized or otherwise mature nature. Such conduct reflects a lack of appropriate guidance and does not promote the maturity and judgment required of a custodial parent of an infant. Now, he's also pointing his finger at Bella's parents, stating that their home lacks appropriate supervision and structure necessary for minor parents caring for an infant, adding that the failed to provide adequate oversight and enforce reasonable boundaries allows immature decision-making and conduct without appropriate adult intervention. Thereby, that places the baby at risk. Now, he's also pointing to things that have been shown on Unexpected, which is currently airing on TLC. He's accusing the parents of permitting inappropriate interaction and a lack of during a critical period following his birth, which is very true. The fact that they were able to hook up again that soon after the baby was born is so dangerous, especially to someone who just gave birth. Those conditions demonstrate a failure to prioritize stability. And it's just reckless. It's disgusting. Now, he's also going on to say that they are improperly restricting Hunter from spending time with the son and claiming that he only allows him to see the baby in their home, and they're restricting any independent parenting time between Wes and Hunter. The environment at Bella's residence reinforces peer-level decision-making rather than the adult guidance necessary for appropriate parenting.
This is my sister. She's 19 years old. She's also pregnant. Twins.
It's nice to have someone to experience my pregnancy with.
It's kind of more of a bonding experience.
Absolutely.
I have been sleeping a lot.
You're depressed and you just want to go lay down. And
now, he's also stating that his home is stable and structured and it has reasonable adults that are running things, stating that he is willing to provide for the baby's needs and ensure that the child's health and safety and welfare are prioritized. So he's asking the judge to award him custody of this baby. This is controversial. There are people that do not think that he should be doing this. And I can understand that in a completely different situation, but have you guys seen the clips of this show? It is very, very evident that the baby should not be in the care of these people. And I would not want, a child who's not being hurt by their mother to be taken away from them. But it's like the fact that the grandparents of the baby are not appropriately watching their child. This is just a completely reckless and unsafe environment for any kids to be left alone in, number one, or for a new baby to be in. I am honestly all for this, just from what I have seen on the show. It disturbs me beyond belief that this mother acts this way. And on top of that, after the show has come out, she's actually been on lives where she's getting on there and defending herself against allegations that are coming from the public. There's been some allegations that people are like forcing them to be in a relationship.
Guys, so I'm going to address just a little bit about Bella and Hunter, because all this stuff that I am seeing, I'm not even going to say I'm seeing it because I'm not seeing it. I'm having it sent to me. So it's not things that I'm actually going and seeing myself. I will not listen to the negativity. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to respond to it. I'm not going to have a reaction because honestly, I don't care what people say. Ideal situation? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We know this. Another thing is I don't think people realize that my grandson is 11 months old, okay? He is fixing to have his first birthday next month. When people age, that means everybody ages, not just my daughter. because people are saying that my daughter is 16 and Hunter is 12 or 13. No, that's not the case. I know that a lot of people probably isn't really good at math in their stuff, but let me math it for you. Bella is 16 years old, turned 16 last month. Hunter is 14 years old. He will be 15 in July, okay? So if you can't figure that out, let me figure it out for you, and I'll just tell you that Bella and Hunter are 1 year and 6 months apart. Not 2 years, not 3 years, 1 year and 6 months apart, okay? Bella is a sophomore. Hunter is a freshman. I had to address that because people are about to drive me absolutely insane. My daughter's 16 and Hunter's 12, or my daughter's 16 and Hunter's 13. No, my daughter's 16, Hunter's 14. He'll be 15 in July, and she just turned 16 last month. So, there's that.
Now the babies are 7 weeks apart. To sign up for the show, that was Bella's decision, guys.
She's gonna make them take birth control now.
Bella is really considering getting on birth control.
Why would you agree to that script?
Agree to what script?
That's what they on the show.
Allie, there's 817 people in here. I don't know what you're talking about.
So why would you agree to that script about what you had to say on the show?
Oh, yeah. Some of the things that are said on there is what we were told to say. Like, all of it is not. Yes, Bella and Hunter are still together.
Okay, so Bella has been asked several times why she decided to do the show. So she's going to explain that.
So initially when they reached out to us, I thought it was so fake. Yeah, so it took a lot of convincing and a lot of calling people, production. It took a lot of that for me to finally decide that this may be a good idea. Y'all know the reason I started TikTok was because I had girls reaching out to me saying that they were in a very similar situation, but they didn't have support from their parents. I thought it would be nice to get my story out, let people see my side of things. Obviously, it took a turn. There's been a lot of hate coming at us, which is upsetting, but also you don't know the real story, and that is why I try not to let it affect us, because I'm not going to let something tear my family apart that doesn't necessarily affect our lives. Your rumors and your speculation have no effect on us, and I just feel like that should be put out there because that is what our story has turned into. And while I feel like it's not fair that everyone comes at my family, that's what happened with it, and I put myself on a TV show, so I'll deal with the consequences of that. But the whole point of doing it was to get my story out there, to share a part of my life, which is what our followers love watching. Like, so that would be nice. And then the money, of course, it wasn't much, but it bought my car. So, I mean, my car was more than what I got paid, but
yeah, so she took her money and put towards her car, and then the amount that we got paid.
Her and Dad both got an amount, and they all put it together, and that paid for my car. It was basically free money. You sit there with a camera in your face and just talk, and you get paid for it.
And that was her convincing her daddy to do it, was like, the money I make from it, I'll give it to you. You can I'll help you buy me a vehicle or whatever, because she wanted to pay for part of her car. So that is the whole reason that we did it. She wanted to put her story out there. She wanted to buy her own vehicle. Did we expect backlash? Yes. Did we expect it to the extent that it is? No, we didn't.
And we weren't prepared for that either. They kind of just left us high and dry. Didn't tell us what to expect. Didn't tell us how to handle it. Didn't offer help. They kind of just threw us out there.
Yeah, so
there's a lot of allegations talking about how she is obsessed with Hunter, and she does seem to favor him out of the two.
Not talking to Bella because she has not communicated with Hunter. Typically, whenever they're fighting like that, and I know they're both being ridiculous, I will take a step back because I don't want to say something that I'll regret later and she'll remember forever. So it's just better if I don't talk at all.
Can we talk, please?
About what?
I don't understand why you're mad.
Why do you think I'm mad?
I don't know. I don't understand why you're mad at me.
I will admit that a lot of times I am Team Hunter because he's never really had someone besides his mom that's actually been there and stayed. So yeah, a lot of times I do pick his side to let him know that I am there. Like I have said that, you know, if y'all break up, you're not just breaking up two people, you're breaking up two families.
Even when I try to talk to him, he doesn't talk to me. He goes straight to you. It's me and him in the relationship. Like, I don't understand why he can't talk to me.
I think it's because he's afraid you're just going to yell at him or you're just going to tell him to leave, like you always do.
And doesn't really seem to care about her daughter's well-being at all because she's allowing any of this to occur. And it is disturbing. It's really, really disturbing. Like the fact that she's a part of these conversations with her daughter about the two of them together is not appropriate. The way they're talking about it and laughing about it, it's not right. And it bothers me that this was filmed and this was put out there. I think this requires a legal investigation into that household where people are in there looking at the well-being of the children and looking at the environment. And this show should not be airing because it's just that wrong. It is so wrong. You're filming minors in a very vulnerable time in their life where they don't really have the mental capacity to understand the weight of what they have done in creating a life. This is going to change their lives forever and make things exceptionally difficult on them. But then on top of that, they don't understand that their parents are not good parents. Like this girl's mom is not a good mom. I don't care if they feel like they're besties and like they can talk about all these things. This is not a good mother. This is not a mother. This is a mom who's trying to be like one of them. She's trying to be like a young teenager just having a conversation, and she's allowing them to get away with behavior that they should not be a part of because they are still children. And it's so, weird watching this show because it just feels like you're watching these kids with like these big old pregnant bellies, and it's like this just feels so wrong and so messed up. And I mean, it is important to see that like these things happen for sure, but also it's just so exploitive the way that they go about it. It's so exploitive. It feels wrong. And just knowing that they're doing this because people are watching it and it's getting them ratings and views, it's like TLC will literally stop at nothing. Like they have filmed so many bizarre situations. They put so many like exploitive TV shows on the air, and it's like, I don't know what's worse than this one. Probably Life After Lockup. Have you guys watched that one? That one is insane. Like you're taking these people who are on drugs and addicts and they're not in their right mind to, know what they're doing when they're agreeing to sign up to be on a show, because half these people just want the money because they're addicts. And then now they're just being exploited, and it's like, it just doesn't feel right. I'm going to continue to cover Unexpected and some of the people that are on the show and the controversy surrounding them. So make sure you subscribe if you like this content, and I will see you soon for another video.